Hi, it's Susan from Seaside Stitches, and thank you ever so much for dropping by. It's so good of you. I know you've got so many other people you could be watching, so thank you ever so much for popping into my little channel. And I usually talk about sewing garments, sometimes bags, sometimes doing a bit of patchwork, and I'm just wanting you to catch you up on my week really from my last Friday sews. So I can report that I have finished this dress. I think I mentioned that I've got it in various stages of completion, and by the time I did a video on Tuesday that I put out showing my make and that I'd almost finished it, I'd got the sleeves on, but I hadn't hemmed it. I now have, sorry, I've got a hair somewhere. I now have hemmed it as well. So that's kind of how my week went. After my Friday sews, I did the, oh dear me, on the Saturday I hemmed the dress. I prepared it on the Friday night, just laying it on the table. I think I might have a photograph on, oh, I might not, I don't know. A photograph where I just put some weights on it. And it was a little, just on the potentially on the short side for me, because I don't like where it catches in the back of your knee. If it's just above that, I don't like that length. I'm fine, used to be fine with quite a short one so I can wear tights and boots, but my tight wearing and short dress wearing time has sadly come to some kind of end because of a condition I have. So I have mentioned that in an embarrassing bodies kind of vlog that I did about why sewing allows me to express myself, because I had to make a lot of changes because I got this condition. So we don't need to go into that now, but there is that there if you want to know what I'm talking about. So yes, I was worried it was just going to be a bit short, so all I did was overlocked the hem, the very edge of it, and then turn it up by 5/8 of an inch. And I very, very rarely, if ever, do that kind of hem. I like a double turn. I don't like it just like that. So, and often, because I'm quite sensitive to any kind of roughness or scratchiness or not smoothness, I worry that, well, sometimes overlocking thread can get me, you know, just an overlock seam. So I just have to be very careful about that. But I couldn't risk it coming up just that extra ½ inch because I didn't think it would be right. And as it happens, it's fine. I've done it. I'm really pleased with it. I will pop a picture in. I've just taken some videos now of me just in my front room with the blinds back so that I could get enough natural light to take a photo, and people passing while I'm going la da da and twizzing about with my frock on. It isn't very light in here. I have opened the blinds so anyone passing by will see me prancing about by my wall and wonder what the heck is going on. I don't know if you can see as far down as my shoes, my boots or shoots or whatever they're called. The boots or shoots, I don't know. Anyway, I really like it, and I'm so pleased with the hem I managed to get from it. I have lengthened my next one. Oh yes, there's a next one by 2 inches, but actually now I put this on, it's only so that I can turn up a double hem. I've not got a double hem on here, so I do prefer that. But oh, so yes, so I'll just move my hair. Hello. Okay, I managed to do a really nice upside down one with lots of ceiling and no feet, but there you go. So, okay, I'm ready to do a vlog now. I've got to go and have some lunch and then do my vlog. I'm sorry, I know this part of me is in the dark, but you've seen this part of me in the light and you don't really want to see it again, do you? So anyway, I'm so chuffed with this dress, and I've got such a good swingy hem. It does, it's a, what does Kate at, oh, easy breezy, it's just another easy breezy dress. I'll see you in a bit. Just to show you that I've got the hem finished. I'm absolutely delighted with it. I do have a dark green, a bottle green, a very dark green polo neck that I do think will be able to fit under this should I need it, because today is not necessarily one where I wouldn't wear something with several vest tops or undergarments of a variety of things. Anyway, so, and I have decided that this sleeve is just 1 inch. I'm going to say 1 inch. See, if I put my arm up, I already get the tension of it. So, I mean, there's not a lot of times when I walk about with my arms like that. So I don't necessarily need the extra inch. But I don't like it if I lean forward for something and I can't, and it's too short. But actually there is at least, I think even if I took an inch off, I'd still be okay with that. So, and I need to know about that because I have started another one. So after I spoke to you on the Friday, I was still working on the dress. On the Friday night, I had it all on the table. I'd overlocked the bottom of it. I'd got it on the table, turned back for the 1/2 inch. I'd measured it all round, or the 5/8 or whatever it was. I'd put all weights on top of it just to kind of hold it there. I didn't want pins in. And then the day after, I got to it and tacked it. I call it tacking, basting. I tacked it just with my hand and some thread on a needle. Just to make sure it was neat enough and kind of levelish. And then I did a zigzag on the bottom of it. I was going to twin needle it, but I was just concerned that it would give that ridge, because it's quite a thick one. I didn't want that kind of ridge that you get when you're doing a twin needle on the bottom, because I thought if it is out somewhere on the hem, it's going to show a lot more. So I just did a zigzag on the bottom, and yes, I was really pleased with it. So that meant I could put that footage onto my next vlog, which was going out on for the Tuesday. So I got that completed over that weekend anyway. And then in the afternoon, I've been so pleased with it. In the afternoon, I decided to cut out another one. And Alan usually does an art class on a Monday evening, and they've changed it at the moment to a Sunday. So I cut it out, and then while he was doing his, I'm going to say art degree, what? He's already got an art degree from, like, I don't know, 1999. Yes, so while he was doing his art group, I came in here and busily sewed up the seams, and I'm so pleased with it. And I took a chance and decided to go for a size 10 at the top. And if you followed me last time, I was talking about fitting and getting it right and doing what I do and always the same. And I just kind of go, okay, well, I'll just try this instead. Well, that's what I did. I just tried that instead. But I now know that works. And I just thought, I'm going to cut it out in a size 10. It was all, the dress itself was in a 12 by that time. Yes, I'd used it a number of times and adapted it. So it's this one, Simplicity 2247, and it's got 3 different views, all really to do with whether you sew in the facing down and make that a feature, and or sew in that and the buttons, or you could just have long kind of straightish sleeves, or you can have no sleeves at all, or you want to make mock fastenings there, whatever you want to do really. But basically it's a straightforward pattern, and you use just the one pattern for each version, just tweak it a bit. So I'd cut it out more recently in a 12, except I'd expanded it up to a 14 up here, and it was definitely a 12 at the top. So given that I'd experienced this as being quite big and I'd had to take it in, da-de-da, if you want to know more, it's on that video that went out on Tuesday. It's called, I don't know, kind of a cozy, snuggly green dress or something like that. And I do talk a little bit about potential plans for my Make 9, if that might interest you. On that, it's in that video. And so I decided I would cut down the top of the pattern to a size 10, and that is what I've done. I've done a size 10 at the top, and I took off the 14 bit that was here, and so the bottom is a 12 all up to wherever this is, and on the new one that I'm done, it's almost finished. and the top is a 10. But now I know what I can alter for next time. But it's absolutely fine in the stretch in the jersey that I've made it in. It's if I come to do it in woven, I need to make some adjustments, like the low bust adjustment, properly, like I said I would do, and not just keep making the same mistake. So I'm just laughing because, yeah, I got away with it again, and that's fine. Because I know I'm really I'm just going at it just very gently and very slowly, and that's fine. And I did have enough fabric. No, I didn't. It was a 5/8 of an inch seam, because it's a big 4. And I just thought, if it isn't big enough, then I can easily do it down to a quarter inch seam if I need to, can't I? So that was great. And I'll just give you a sneak preview of, this is the fabric. And this is the sleeve, and in knowing that I'm going to take some off here, I now know that I may as well take off, I think now I've talked about it, I'm only going to take off 3/4 of an inch off the bottom. So I was aware of it when I cut these out, but I wanted to make sure. I tried this on again, and just, it's because when I've got it down like that, it kind of comes over a little bit more than possibly it needs to do. And it doesn't offend me in any way, but I just thought that's what I always end up with, a bit too much, because I can't stand a short sleeve. It's when I've kind of like, when you've been given hand-me-downs as a child and as a teenager and stuff, and they're up here, I can't bear it. I can't bear a jump. If I buy something and it's only there, it's horrendous. I can't bear it at all. And I know people like to have that bracelet length. Oh, can't stand it. I can manage it if it's up here as a 3/4, but not like that, because to me it's like a mistake. It's like half-mast trousers. I can't come to terms with all those that are just above your ankle either. But fortunately or unfortunately, I can no longer wear trousers, so that's that. Yes, so this is cotton jersey, cotton lycra jersey with quite a good stretch, that I got from, no, I'm lying. It's a lighter French terry, much lighter French terry than this one. It's a French terry with a white loop back, and it has still got a decent stretch along the grain, down the grain, and it's just a beautiful colour, and I love it. And on the strength of having to turn this one up only by one turn, I added 2 inches to this. I can always cut it back a bit, but I love the length of it. I've not turned it up yet, not quite got that far. I'm just aware now that I keep looking at the camera now. I don't normally do that. I usually find I'm not quite level with it. Yeah. So I'm usually level with the apple that's on the back of my phone, and that's who I talk to. I know you're just behind it, so I'm saying hi to you. Sorry for pointing. Anyway, so yes, so just looking at reviewing my week for my Friday sews, and thank you ever so much, Jen, who set up this hashtag. Jen, whose channel is Today in Jen's Sewing Room. She also does things about reading, and oh, she has an immense talent on lots of things, and it's just awesome that she created this hashtag, so that if you just put in hashtag Friday Sews, lots of people come up, and you've got such a vast choice. So that's another reason I'm saying thank you. If you've actually happened on me and you're still here, thank you very much. If you chose me, thank you very much indeed. And if you're still with me at this point, thank you very much again and again. I'm a bit excited today. I'm not quite sure why. Didn't sleep very well, but never mind. So on as I said, Friday night and Saturday, I got into sorting this dress out, and I still do have I'm just admitting that I do have to just hand sew this down against the seam. I never do that stitch in the ditch. I find that too intrusive altogether, and I just have certain points where I attach it, and that's fine for me. And what am I going to say? So then on the Sunday, yes, I cut this out and I whizzed away and got all the skirt made. I got the bodice made, but not the shoulders. I just got to a point where, you know what, I've had enough now. I could just go, oh well, I'll just do the shoulders. And I thought, I need to leave it now. So I did do that on the Saturday. On the Sunday, sorry. On the Monday, we went on a little trip to Bury. We used to live in Bury. We met in Bury. We both had been 2 different places before that, but when we met in our I was in my teens, Alan was 23 when we met, and yeah, and when we left our own family homes, we bought a house in Rochdale, and so we had a lovely trip to, if you're local, you'll know what I'm talking about, but otherwise it doesn't matter. There's a lovely garden centre at Bradley Fold, which is not far from Breakneck, which is on the way to Bolton. Bolton's that way, Bury's that way, so we went that way to Bury. And we'd come over the top, come over Belmont. That's a lovely kind of rural area with lots of wonderful views. You can see over to Blackburn, you can see right through over to Manchester city centre. And then we went to Bradley Fold, and then we had some lunch, and then we came through to Bury. And my parents had lived in Bury, obviously when I met Alan, but they'd moved to Haslingden to Helmshore, which is East Lancs near Rottenstall, and then they'd moved back to Bury when they got older, and my grandma was ill over there, and so it doesn't really matter. But there's so many memories for us. I'm doing all this just driving around, and there's so many memories about all sorts of things. So we were reminiscing in the car, and then we headed off to go over to Rochdale, which is where I was born and lived in 3 different places before I moved to Bury when I was 8ish. And so we did that, but then when we'd got married, we both bought a property together in Rochdale, and we went past that property and parked opposite it, and I got out and took a photograph. And it was just really funny because there was someone in there, and I thought, oh, I don't know whether to knock and say, I'm sorry, I'm taking a photo. Then I thought they might say, no, well, you can't. And I just got back in the car, and a car drove up at the side, and drove up to us at the side, and kind of, there's a word my grandma used to say. It's just like mimed, really, it means, but me-mode. So he me-mode to open the window. And so Alan opened the window, and he just said, I just seen you take a photograph of the house. I thought, oh, I'm in trouble for something. And he just said, is it for sale? So we said, no, we used to live here 51 years ago. Or we lived in it. We bought it 51 years ago, and we were there for 5 years. So I suppose, anyway, didn't go into all that. But yes, we lived in it 50 years ago. And he said, oh, he mustn't have heard that bit, because he said, do you remember us? I live next door. So he's pointing to the one up there. It's on a hill, up the hill next to it. There's just a row of terraced houses. So he said, oh, well, I live in that one. Do you remember us? We came in 2000. And I'm thinking, well, no, because anyway. But it was just really, and I just said, it's a lovely area, isn't it? You know, it's just, so I hadn't realised when he said 2000 that he'd been there 24 years, and he didn't look very much older than that, so he must have been there as a child. And going on and on and on. Anyway, so then we went, going back then, we were going past Rottenstall to a place called Waterfoot, which is where my friend lives that I sat with at school, in my high school, and I'd gone to her 70th surprise birthday party last June, and we just went to call in. I'd let her know we were going, and we went and called on her. But the view of the scenery, it's beautiful. Lancashire, if you've never been to Lancashire, it is beautiful. There are some stunning views. I'm not saying Yorkshire is any less stunning or any other county, but sometimes Lancashire sometimes gets forgotten and thinks it's still all black grimy mills, but it isn't. So there's still loads of rural parts to it, and we just had a lovely day, and the sun was shining and white clouds, and it was about time. It's been like that, but anyway, it was just a lovely day Monday. It was a bit hairy because we got talking for quite a long time and came back in the pitch black, and we were over the tops then, and it was a bit, you know, like dipping your headlights on the bends, and it's all a bit not well lit because it's not meant to be well lit. There's nobody there. But there's a little bit that you come out on as you come round a bend, and my dad always, when we were kids, as we came round that bit, if it was night time, he'd just look over and it was all street lamps and lights as far as you could see down in this valley, and it's really the valley of where Blackburn is, and he'd always go, "Fairyland." So we'd all be going, "Oh, it's fairyland, it's fairyland," as kids I'm talking about. And we've kept that up, you know, we've gone, even as we've been grown up, when we've gone that way, I've gone, "Fairyland," because nuts, that's what I am. Yes, so that was Monday. Tuesday, I did something on Tuesday that I can't remember. Maybe I carried on sewing. Oh, I had a client on Tuesday, yes. So I did have a client, and but not till the afternoon. So we did some tidying up, I think. Yeah, a little bit of sewing and some tidying up. And then Wednesday, I was off out again because I'm not a hermit anymore. And I met up with that friend that I met 2 weeks ago. And we didn't talk about sewing because she doesn't sew, but we talked about going camping, from us being in the 70s. Her family going camping, my family going camping, holidays. It was just amazing, ridiculously silly, talking about memories of camping, but we've both been here a long time, you know. She's 72, I'm 70, so we've got a lot of going back to do, to talk about, and also in a job that we both had a connection to. We weren't there at the same time, but we just had lots of connected discussions around that thing. So it wasn't sewing, and then in the evening I did get back to doing a little bit more of what do I need to do with this dress. And I also checked YouTube. Oh, the other thing I've done is I got very brave, you know, when I stopped being a hermit about a fortnight ago. I got very brave and I contacted Sam at Frugalissima and asked if there was any space left on their vlogging tour and for their vlogging team for the So Frugal 24. And at first she got back to me and said, "Sorry, it's like," I said, "No worry if not, I know it's a late ask." Anyway, she got back to me and she said, "No, we're full. We've got loads and thank you very much." And then I got another message a few days later saying, "We've had a chat and you can go on as a third. And how about this date?" Yes, thank you very much. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm really pleased about it because I love the idea, the frugal thing and the frugal challenge, and I'd got some ideas for what I might do myself, and now I've got some ideas for my vlog, so I'm really pleased about that. And I joined the it's not a secret group, I joined the vloggers support group, sewing vloggers support group, and some kind of magic happened because I've now had 1,000 views on my Tuesday's video. So it's just amazing. So thank you if you are one of those views. Thank you if you're one of those other subscribers. And thank you always just for being here. It's lovely. Thank you. And so this morning what I have been doing is putting this... I can't wait to show you, so I will pop in a little video of me showing you how long it is. But I was just having a bit of a tricky time with this, which is the bit of where you put in putting the facing in and getting the point right, and it wasn't coming out right on there as right as it was on there. I mean, it looked skew width, so I checked it by just doing part of it and then on the other side, and I have got a very good correct equal V that I can see better from the other side. So I hope that makes sense, but it doesn't matter if it doesn't really. I'll go into it again another time on some other vlog. But what was useful today was this one, it didn't white out, which is what I thought it would do, and I thought you'd see my stitches quite early on, so I didn't press it until I'd got an absolute best fit and knew I wasn't going to move it again, you know, change the seam sizes again. And this one, I realised, although I thought I'd done it on a relatively small stitch, like 1.5 zigzag and only 2 length, I can see it's like it's quite open between. I don't mean you could see through it or it's come apart, but it's not as I'd like it. So I am going to go up each seam again. So it's not necessarily held me back. I'm just going to do that because I had done this on this one because I made it like it tells you to make it, which is just do it temporarily until you know you've got the fit. And then you join the front, you join the top to the bottom, run it up the sides, see what that's like. And a lot of your alterations then are relatively easy because they're on the side. You can take parts of it away, you know, apart if you want to. If you need a bigger fit here or a better fit there, whatever. So then when you're absolutely sure, then you can take these side seams out, knowing where you're going to put them again, and rebuild it the way it's meant to be built. But I just did, and then re-sew it all so that it's a narrower stitch length. I hope you know what I mean. I'm just blabbing on, I'm sorry. I think I'm making sense, but I never know till I listen to the video. The other thing is, if I keep grimacing, I do apologise. My fingers are really, just happen to be really sore today, and I could not find my ibuprofen. And you know what it's like when you can't find your ibuprofen. So I just have to put some, I believe, la da da da. Anyway, never mind. It's Voltarol. It doesn't fit with that song. Yeah, that was a song. So, yes. So today I have been doing that. That's what I've been doing. Trying to, I ironed on the facings to the, I ironed on the, I'm going to call it insulation. I'm sorry. It's the fumes from this now. I've no idea what's going on. Oh gosh. I ironed on the interfacing. I ironed on the interfacing to the facings just earlier today, and then that's why I've been marking the V-neck to work out, can I get that right? I need to get that right, and then I want to try it on again before I fix the facings on the shoulders and the back, just to make sure I haven't got that sticking out back again, because I'm sorry, I'll have to stop talking and then come back when I've edited. Oh, I do apologise, anyone who watched my last video. I did a schoolboy error, and every time I edit and cut something out, I get a separate piece, a separate bit. And I realised when I'd got like about 12 or 14 minutes in, I'd got several separate bits, but I'd not brought myself forward on the, I was like sitting in the background. And normally, if I'm in the background, I kind of zoom myself in by doing a called crop to fit, which brings me forward. I don't want to be too forward and frighten you, because I am 70, you know, and I've got 70-year-old wrinkles. I mean, I've had them a long time. I've had this skin a long time, so it's a bit worn out. Oh heck. Right, stop now, Susan. I've just realised the reason it hasn't got any better is I didn't take my tablet. What's it this out? Because I hate people glugging on videos. Now I'm really proud of myself, because on Monday as we set off, we got rerouted somewhere, and I went, oh, we're not far from Abercan, are we? And so we went to Abercan for 2 things. And you know what I came out with? 2 things. New scissors, because mine, for some reason, have gone all twisty twirly. And I don't know why, and I don't know. But they can do that when you drop them, can't they? So I don't know. But they go along and then they chew a bit up, and I love them. They're really good. They fit really well in my hand. And some are not the right shape for me, so they are perfect. So I bought myself a new pair, new pair, exactly the same, and a new rotary cutter blade. Only the things that I wanted. I went straight to the counter because they're in the cabinet behind, and so she got them, and then she said, is there anything else you want? And I went, I'm not looking over there. I'm just going to pay for these and go out there. I'll look another time. So good. So I'm pleased with that. And yes, I've got all sorts of other things going on in my mind about what I'm going to do, and I'm so pleased that I'm a bit up. And this, I just will hold it up against me again. It is good, isn't it? It's a bit lively. This is test about number 47, just to see if you can see the length of the dress. Might not have my head on, but it doesn't matter. And this is just such a different weight of fabric than the other one, and it's much nearer to a cotton jersey, a viscose jersey or a cotton jersey, than that fluffy, thicker one in the green. So thank you, all you wonderful sewing people, and those who sew, those who vlog, those who don't, those who sew, who don't vlog, those who don't do either, those who craft. A lovely little comment I'd like to just leave with my mate, who she doesn't know she's my mate, Davina at the Little Workroom Crafts. She is just astonishing in the level of energy she has for all her crochet, knitting, her embroidery, turning out lots of project bags for a little Etsy shop, and she's just a little bubble of joy. I love to watch her, and she keeps me kind of grounded and grateful, you know, that we've got lots of people around us doing lots of wonderful things. Just ordinary people, you know, we don't have to have perfectionists. Anyway, it don't matter. She's just awesome. I love her. She feels, although she's quite a bit younger than me, she feels like a really lovely auntie that you could go and have a really nice natter with, and just a caring person. I really think highly of her. So anyway, she's called Davina, and I've been spotting other people on in different channels, and their names escape me at the moment. But thank you everybody who has commented as well. So thank you for your comments, thank you for your views, thank you for your subscriptions. It's amazing if you subscribe. I love it. Okay, I don't know how long I've been on for, so I'll relieve you and let you go and make yourself a brew or whatever it is you want to do. So thank you for being here. Thanks ever so much. I really appreciate you, and hope to see you soon. Bye for now. Susan at Seaside Stitches, signing off for Friday Sews. Bye for now.